Okay. Let's hope everything's working properly. I adjusted the stream volume, but not my volume. Okay, I said, hello everyone. I said at the end of the last stream there were 3 things I wanted to remember, and I actually looked back at my stream to see them. One was to start giving Caroline wild horseradish, because she likes that. I've already given her 2 gifts this week, but starting tomorrow I'll do that. I was going to check the saloon today for a love gift for Abigail, because it is her birthday, and I'd like to be able to do that. The other thing I was going to do today is get a fish pond started. So that will be my number 1 goal, I think. That fish pond. So, in order to get that crafted, I will need to take 5 each of green algae and seaweed. And I will take the stones that I have so far, but I will need to buy up to 200 in order to craft the pond. Since there's no sense in just waiting there for standing around waiting for Robin to open. Chop down these fully grown trees. And I'll also grab a forage on the left side of the farm. If I keep finding this many purple mushrooms, it won't matter that I don't have void or solar essence to give to the wizard. I'll just give him medium quality purple mushrooms. Until let's finish up with those though. Ideally I get more copper soon. I'd like to double my output of syrup. Not to mention, get all of my tools upgraded to copper. Did I take the was Clint upgrading my trash can? Remember. For the time being, I'll save these mushrooms that I'm collecting, but that would be a nice way to get gifts and possibly some money. First things first, head up to Robin. It's priority number 1. We are at level 9 fishing, so there's a pretty good chance that we'll be able to finish it up today. But I've already caught basically all the fall fish. So at this point it would just be fishing for whatever I can get. Not really looking for anything specific. So Robin did get up to 6 hearts, so we have a little event with her. Hi Patrick, I was just cleaning some dust off my saw. Have you ever made anything out of wood, Patrick? I sure have. Great, then this blueprint should be a piece of cake for you. I think we've become good enough friends that I can trust you with my carpentry secrets. Here, let me show you the blueprints. And she teaches you how to make the flute block and drum block. You can use these to get creative on your farm. It feels good to be able to decorate your house with things you made yourself. You can check out YouTube and see the songs that people have made using the flute and drum blocks. Pretty creative with them. use wood, copper ore, and fiber to make a flute block, stone, copper ore, and fiber to make a drum block. You also get one of each for donating the bone flute and the ancient drum to the museum. There is a late game thing that you need some blocks for. Technically, you can get away with it using only one block, but I like to use more. So I need no less than 104 stone and get some extra. And construct a fish pond. And it doesn't really matter where I put it, I'll just stick it here for now. Is Morrow at 8? Not on this fire. I did finally see the heart event, I believe. So, now Robin finishing a building shows up in my little tab up there of things. I will head down to Clint's shop and I will check to make sure that he's not currently working on something. If he is not, as I assume, then I might buy some more copper ore from him. Or iron ore. I'm not going to buy any ore from him today. I need to see if he's working on something and what tools I need to be upgraded. So, checking the dish of the day at the saloon, I would have to wait until noon to go in there and buy it, but there's always a possibility that it will be in the trash can outside, so we'll check on that. And there we got George up to 10 hearts on my other farm because I'm giving him leeks. Elliot needs a smallmouth bass. Well, that's just convenient. Why don't I do a little fishing? What do I think Haley should do today? Watercolor painting, relax and read a magazine, or stop being a selfish crybaby? No, I think watercolor painting sounds like a good idea. Why don't you do that? If I were growing crops, I would get jazz up to 10 hearts right around now. The berry rose that I would have inevitably planted if we finished growing. She loves those, as does Evelyn. So I am looking ideally for a smallmouth bass, but everything will give me some fishing experience. Watch, I'll spend the next couple days spending most of my time fishing, and then by the time the fish pond is actually finished being constructed, I'll already have level 10 fishing anyway. Which isn't a huge deal, I mostly want it for the money. The most valuable fish I have that I can put in there is a crimson fish, and it will give me lots and lots of money. Let's get that smallmouth bass, and that will get Elliot up to 8 hearts as well, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. Get Judy up to 8 on the strength of the pancakes. I will pop into the saloon and see what the dish of the day is. With any luck, it'll be something that Abigail loves, but no. Crapshoot. trout soup now. Just now. I will. I don't think she likes salmon or hazelnut or stone. I know she likes most minerals, or at least likes them, if not loves them. So I will check my mining chest and see what else I've got. Some salmon. I don't even have a quartz that I can offer her. That would be, good enough. I have a bunch of copper, so if I want to upgrade tools to copper, I can do that. That's why I want to get them up to steel, so they'll have a bit of a problem. So, Abigail. Not the horror movie Abigail. The Stardew Valley character Abigail. Thank you. I enjoy horror movies, but that's not good. So I don't have amethyst, banana pudding, blackberry cobbler, chocolate cake, the monster compendium, a spare pufferfish, pumpkin or spicy eel. I have a pufferfish and it's even gold quality, but as I said while talking about her birthday last stream, I feel like friendship is not important enough to sacrifice specialty fish, even if I can't get the ghost fish until at least level 20 of the mines. There is, however, something else I can do to get her a loved gift. One of them is chocolate cake. Big brain this moment. Also, I'm going to go get the pickaxe turned in for an upgrade. So, there is the vault in the community center, and it has different rewards for each section of it. The 25,000 G bundle gives you a crystallarium. The 10,000 G bundle gives you a lightning rod. The 5,000 G bundle gives you 30 quality fertilizer. The 2500 G bundle gives you 3 chocolate cakes. Let's get the pickaxe upgraded because mining will be the next thing I do after fishing, and having at least one, if not more, upgrades to my pickaxe done before that will make the mining go so much faster. So I'm going to go to the vault, unlock the 2500 G bundle, get the chocolate cakes, give one to Abigail today for her birthday, and then I will have 2 more to give to other people who love chocolate cake as well, which I believe is Evelyn and Jody, and I believe that's it. 2500 G bundle, purchase, 3 chocolate cakes. I mean, the vault bundles are something that I need to spend money on anyway, so getting that and being able to get her more friendship at the same time is just a wonderful deal. Abigail always spends her birthday at this spot. I don't know why. Whatever she wants to do. Give her a chocolate cake. She loves it. Thanks me for remembering her birthday. Abigail is 6, 7, almost 7. So I may be able to see her 6 heart event soon. Her 8 heart event. I know what her 10 and 14 heart events are off the top of my head. 10 involves the mines, 14 involves the backwoods. 6 6 involves the graveyard, 8 involves your bedroom. So I might be able to do the 6 heart event soon. As far as the remainder of my day goes, I guess I'll just be fishing. At least until the saloon is open and I can not see people in there. Oh, bubbles. How fortuitous. I mean, if I weren't planning to fish, as soon as I saw the bubbles, my decision was made. Thankfully, you don't have to fish into the center of the bubbles. It's actually a little forgiving with the edges, too. You don't have to be as close as you think you need to be. Treasure chest? Why not? Maybe I'll get a gem. Watch me get an amethyst. I was expecting it. It would not be the first time. I pushed up something that I wish I had had just a little bit earlier. But if I did fish up an amethyst, I could use it as a love gift for, say, Clint, for example. He also, like Emily, loves the gemstones. I mean, they love gems for completely different reasons. With the blacksmith in particular, works with gemstones. Emily believes in the healing power of crystals. Another... There we go. Let's see if they leave a message. No message, that was it. Okay. So, I fished up a skill book. It is called Jewels of the Sea. It means that when I get a fishing treasure chest, it will sometimes contain that fish's roe. It is not a guarantee, but it is possible. I'll head over to the saloon and talk to the usuals. Is anyone else that decided to be there tonight? There used to be an app that I used called Stardew Checklist or something. They had to revamp it a lot to avoid copyright, but I did use it for checking things for a while. I think I deleted the app because I felt that I didn't do it anymore. When you're doing multiple playthroughs on different platforms at the same time, it could be advantageous. No, I do not have the app anymore. Actually, I believe the main reason I got rid of it is it never updated after Ginger Island was added to the game. Since I wasn't supporting any new content, I didn't do it anymore. Ideally, I would get maybe to 4,000 fishing experience today. I am clicking that mouse button too much right now. Give me all the jelly. Oh no! I suddenly clicked out of the game into the OBS menu. But since that paused the game, I was still able to get the fish. Let me fix OBS though. Did I accidentally move? Not sure if I accidentally moved the game screen. Okay. I think everything's good now. That's it, I did. Today I put my Stardew Valley window all the way up against the right edge of my screen so that I wouldn't accidentally click out of it, and then I accidentally clicked into the OBS window anyway. Go figure. Oops. Not cast. And algae is not helping me get the experience I want. Of course, putting a fish in a fish pond does not actually give me any fishing experience. It's when the fish produces something and collecting it that gets me the fishing experience. So just building the fish pond and putting something in it is not an immediate path to fishing. Let's see. Also completing quests to expand the capacity also gives you fishing experience. But if I'm going to put the crimson fish in there, the capacity starts at 1 and stays at 1. So, in some senses, it would make sense if I wanted fishing experience, but like anything besides the crimson fish in there, because it's not likely to produce frequently. secondary fish and fish ponds produce when they feel like it. I believe it was actually nerfed at some point too, because they were giving like 6 row at a time, and soon they decided that was just a little bit too broken. And while I wouldn't have minded if it stayed broken in that way, I can't deny that it was a fair change. Okay, let's sell our fishy. And stuff in there. Stuff in there. Keep the Jojo Cola with me because I want to move quickly. And we will get into bed. See how much money we made from fish today. A little over 2,000. That covers the cost of the pickaxe upgrade at least. Got all that money back. Today we've got quinoa sauce and the traveling cart. I learned how to cook trout soup for myself. So this coming week we have Marnie's birthday. We have Robin's birthday next Sunday, so giving her gifts during this week is too important for friendship. Just need to make sure I give her one on Sunday. And then George is the 24th, but he's already 10 hearts. Stardew Valley Fair is 2 days away, so we do need to be prepared for that. Evelyn's recipe for rice pudding. Elliot's novel is finished, and he is inviting me to a reading. Snails today. Snails coming up your ears. I don't know about that. So I think I'm going to prioritize Jody for the chocolate cake, because I do still have the large number of broken glasses I'm getting for Evelyn. So I'll give Jody a chocolate cake until she's in 10 hearts. Hopefully the 2 will be enough. Robin is working on the fish pond. I cannot give her anything. If she's constructing a new building, you can't talk to her. If she's upgrading an existing one, you can. I am going to start gifting the wizard now. At least on days when the traveling card is here. I have a iridium peach, which, if I were hurting for friendship, I would give that to Robin on their birthday instead of spaghetti. That would guarantee to get her all the way up. So Jazz, Gus, and Marnie are still getting sweet peas, I believe. I'll give her the gold star daffodils this week, but after that I'll start giving Carolyn wild horseradish. There is someone who loves daffodils, and I could have saved the gold star ones for her, but I don't have access to her yet, so I did catch some extra catfish. There's no guarantee it's going to rain again, but I do have the river fish bundle complete, so I will resume gifting Willie. Okay, I think I've got my gifts sorted out for today at least. I'm going to continue petting my cat each day because of the chance of getting certain items from it. And just because it loves me doesn't mean it should stop getting pet. In fact, the fact that it loves me means it should get even more pets, and scritches, and and all the love. Because cats are cool. Alright, we got hash browns, got survival burger, pumpkin pie, all sorts of food. Rabbit's foot, which did I already buy one? I'm not sure. Cave carrots, which Marnie actually wants. An iron bar, which is less than it would cost to buy the ore, so I'll get that. I'm not concerned about the rare crow. I caught the dorado. I actually will get the cave carrot. And I'm not going to spend all the rabbit's foot though. So let's actually properly meet the wizard. I skipped his cutscene at the beginning, so he actually didn't. I actually hadn't met him for a while. But I redeemed all the gifts, we'll get them up pretty quickly. He doesn't give you any recipes or anything. But he can send you gifts in the mail, and there is something you can access once you reach 4 hearts with him. So is that tight? Catch me as something or other. Wait. Another tiger trout, looks like. Let's do one more. I don't have to be in there right at 9 AM. Hooray, more green algae. So because I have the cave carrot, as soon as I walk in, that will trigger. Oh, you brought the cave carrot. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. Flop. This looks great. I almost want to eat it myself. Almost. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. I really do appreciate it. So that was the one to teach your goats how to say hi. The cows wanted a bunch of amaranth. Here's a gold-like gift for Jazz. A gold-like gift for Marnie. And she got quite a bit of friendship from that cave carrot, so she's suddenly up to 8 hearts. I'll at least talk to Shane. Don't have like hot peppers or alcohol for him right now. I feel no shame giving Shane or Pam alcohol as loved gifts. I shouldn't enable them, but I do. Got a perfect catch on that tiger trout. I was ready for it. Use the bait that I got this morning from the bait maker. Looking out of the window again. The thing I love about this place is that there are beautiful waterfalls. Have some driftwood. Leah's 6-heart event may be the easiest in the game to trigger. She comes to your house in the morning. Here's Jody. She's right there, so easy to give her a gift. She's still at 8, which means that the second cake will probably not get her up to 10. I've already seen Vincent is already at 10, as is Sam's at 8, so I didn't need to come in here. We will go by the museum today to get Elliot's 8-heart event viewed. I'll go ahead and do it now. Talk to any Russ on the farm. I feel like he's throwing shade at me about being a well-rounded citizen. Haven't done any mining or farming yet. Oh, I said doing. My bad. I'll talk to Clint. He's not done. How are your tools holding up? You tell me. You're upgrading one of them right now. You're the expert. Trash cans while I wait. If I get my pickaxe upgraded, I can find my get back there. Okay. What the? What? Now let's read this book. Secrets of the Legendary Fish. Fishermen speak of 5 rare and unique fish that can only be caught by skilled anglers. Once caught, they will never appear again. The crimson fish lives in the warm ocean waters of summer. It's been sighted on the far eastern side of the beach. We caught that. The glacier fish, which only appears in winter, can be caught off the southern tip of Arrowhead Island in Silversap Forest, near where the river meets the ocean. That is hell. The anglerfish has been spotted in fall, north of town where the river flows down from the mountains. We caught that. There's rumors of a strange, twisted fish that lives in the sewer. That's a pretty easy one to catch, but we don't have access to the sewers yet. The final fish, of a species never before caught, is known simply as Legend. It is rumored that he lives in a log submerged in the mountain lake and only ventures out on rainy spring days to nibble at the frog's eggs. Only the most skilled fishermen can hope to catch this one. Train at fishing and be persistent, and eventually you will catch these elusive fish. Make sure to respect the water and don't remove too many fish from the ecosystem. Unfortunately, we will have to wait for spring for that. Elliot's this afternoon at the library. It is afternoon. What are you playing at, Elliot? I will go give the catfish to Willie and then come back up here. Tomorrow the quest board will reset and hopefully it will give me at least one of the 2 that I can actually complete. I'll talk to Elliot. To remember to water my plants today and not receive water this time. Well, that's why the plant was dying. Purchase a high quality fishing rod. Yeah. Here, have a catfish. He's not gonna get up to 10 for a while. He's not even to 8 yet. He has catfish bait today, if I wanted to buy some of that and wait for the next rainy day. Potentially catch many catfish. I'll leave it to chance though. There's Harvey, I will talk to him. I wish I had been able to get to plant coffee beans before fall. Yeah, we grow in spring and summer outdoors. It is 1:40 now. Surely. Here we go. Basically everyone is here. Sam's in his work clothes. Patrick, you made it. I feel so relieved to be done with my book. It's like an elephant's been lifted off my shoulders. Not everyone is here, but most of the town is here. Good afternoon, everyone. One person said hi back. Good for you, Emily. Ever since I was a young boy, I've dreamt of becoming a writer. When the time came for me to leave home and start my own life, I moved here. I was drawn to the peaceful beauty of the valley, and hoped the days of quiet reflection in this idyllic atmosphere would fan the literary flames. After countless hours scribbling at my writing desk, I present to you my first book, Blue Tower. It's a mystery novel set in a surreal dystopian future. Chapter 1. From the shadows emerged a man, radiating with enigmatic omniscience. "Good evening, Mr. Liu," he said, the corners of his mouth quivering. Liu seemed astonished. "How did you know my name?" And fade out. Fade back in. Most people have left. Liu checked in his pockets, then stood up and walked into the bedroom. He quickly found the small golden key that he was looking for and slipped it into his coat pocket. Well, that concludes my reading. I'll be selling signed copies of the book by the front desk. Thanks for listening. They're presumably chatting about the book. Well, how was it? Apparently I liked it. Thanks. You know, I got the idea for making a mystery from you. Do you remember? That's why I've dedicated this book to you. And like so many other hard events, no time actually passed. The game is very respectful like that. Lets you see hard events without losing the whole day. Is Penny in here? Yes. And here's our 4 hard event. Ugh, it's so dirty in here. Patrick, sorry that it's such a mess. I was about to clean up. You'll help me? You really mean it? No. That was clean. Okay, you can get started over there. I'll clean the kitchen. What do you think you're doing? Stop it. I did everything just the way I like it. Mom, the house is a total mess. Patrick and I were just trying to tidy things up a bit. Were you at the saloon just now? You smell like beer. It's none of your damn business where I go. It is my business. I don't want you destroying yourself. Don't you realize your choices have an effect on me? Stop being so selfish. Selfish? I put a roof over your head and clothes on your back and you call me selfish? You ungrateful. And now I'm embarrassed. Got in the middle of it. You'd better go. Sorry you had to see this, kid. Take one look back and get out of there. He's a nice young man. But I don't want you telling others to clean up my house. It's embarrassing. You understand? Yes, mother. You're just embarrassed that the house is a mess. Apparently you can talk, just not much. There's Evelyn down here. I will give her broken glasses. I still have a gift for Gus and a gift for Caroline. I did not grab a gift for Linus. Local largemouth bass population is starting to threaten other species. If you can pursue them, they would be a big help. Okay, Demetrius. I will give a daffodil to Caroline. Still at 5 hearts. Talk to Pierre behind the counter. Wish I had like, oh, I don't know, 40,000 more G. Should make that 80,000. 40,000 more for the vault bundle, and then to get some more upgrades done. I mean, the fish pond will help, but it won't magically solve all of them. Wait, Linus is already at 10. Didn't have to bring him a gift. Alright, so largemouth bass can be found here. Hopefully it won't take me too long to find a couple. And I can complete the quest for Demetrius, since it would be my third help wanted quest. In a sequence, I would get another prize ticket for it. Well, I get level 10 fishing or 2 largemouth bass first. Place your bets. This could be a largemouth. And so it is. But just because I found one doesn't mean I'm going to find another anytime soon. I think this is chub, probably. No, it's another largemouth bass, but you know. Thanks. And I got the achievement Gopher, which you get for completing a certain number of help wanted quests. I believe it's 10. Yes, complete 10 help wanted quests. It does, I believe, count special orders requests in that counter. Which is why I completed a multiple of 3 getting a prize ticket, but still just completed a 10. So I'll head down to the mayor's house and get my reward. I've been over there in a while, so I don't even remember what the quests are right now. Did I talk to both Penny and Maru? Well, if I didn't, I have now. So the next is a Star Drop Tea. Great for getting lots of hearts for someone, especially on their birthday. The next one would be the blue pinstripe bed. Since I don't have my house upgraded, I would get the small bed. If you've already upgraded the house before getting that reward, you'll get a double bed. And then after that, for preserve jars, which with my fish pond being built, being able to age the row would be a huge boost to my profits. So I'm hoping to get that sooner rather than later. I met up to Abigail today. Emily and Pam and Gus will all be at the saloon. Abigail on Sundays stands by the Wizard's Tower and typically does not return to town until late. So I will go head in that direction and then head to the saloon and talk to everyone who I haven't yet today and give Gus his gift. Sam is standing by the river by herself. Abigail, I was thinking about dyeing my hair again. What do you think? Dye it black? Why not blonde? How about bubblegum pink? Or I like your hair just the way it is. Well, we already have a blonde in the town. No one has a black hair. They have dark hair, but no black. Bubblegum pink is, of course, an interesting choice. I'm going to say dye it black. This is a pretty safe choice, huh? Well, why not? Because if you look at the other bachelorettes, you got the blonde, you got, she's purple, Maru's hair is brown, I would call that. Emily's is blue, Leah's is reddish, as is Penny's. So why not have it black? I think Mario's hair was darker in one of the early versions of the game, like pre-release development. On the Stardew Valley wiki, you can see how characters' looks change throughout the course of development, if that's something that you have an interest in. Grab some out of it. Give it to Gus. That's what I need. Talk to Emily. I already talked to Shane, but I'll try to talk to him again anyway. So I did not talk to Haley today, or Robin. Robin I could not talk to. Haley I was worried about because I was already up. Just got lucky lunch today. I don't think there's anything right now that I need luck for. I think it might determine how often you find fishing in treasure chests, but beyond that. So come back home. I will sell fish so I can out the deal. I will stash that iron bar. It's one less that I'll need to buy the ore for. And that's my first star drop tea. I don't have the chest that I sometimes build in my house yet, but if I keep getting more things to fill up that chest, I'll need to. Or once Robin's shop is open again, see if she has a dresser for sale, like put the hats and shoes and stuff in. I had a fully grown tree there to cut down. You know what? I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to swing my scythe and get rid of the partially grown trees. I'm going to have enough. Branch there. Branches are quite hard to see in fall because the grass is a brownish color too. Let's just get some more hardwood. I needed to unlock the island, needed to get a horse, needed it for one of the house upgrades. I haven't gotten Robin's 80 hardwood quest yet, and hardwood I've collected before then. I still have to collect 80, but if I have enough, I can turn in 80 as soon as the quest starts and then not have to worry about remembering to take any new hardwood I get over to her. So it's a little bit more convenient. You antivirus for reminding me you exist. Not that I need you at this exact moment. We dig up a mahogany seed and put this stuff away. More wood, more sap, more hardwood. There's another purple mushroom over there. And pop once again into bed. Didn't catch quite as many fish that day, but still making some money at least. So I bought extra stone. And while I would typically use stone at this point, since I don't have enough, I'm going to use wood today. Got any tappers? Crafty foragers know how to build them. You can attach them to the wild trees that grow all over. Maple trees yield maple syrup, oak trees provide resin, and pine trees produce pine tar. Syrup's the most valuable, but all tree products have their uses. So, Stardew Valley Fair tomorrow. I got 500, that was my reward for the help wanted requests. Sorry about what happened to my place yesterday. Mom can get in a bad mood sometimes. Please just forget it happened. From Penny. Just want to remind you that the Stardew Valley Fair is happening tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your 9 items for the Grange display. Remember, the fair starts at 9 a.m. in the town square. See you there. I might actually... I'm not going to use the other chocolate cake today. I'll use it as my cooked item for the Grange display. Then I'll skip the day after. So I always put signs on my fish ponds to show what's in them, even if it's, you know, it shows you what's in there and how many of that thing is in there. And even though I can only have one crimson fish in there, I still like to have a sign. So I'll take out some wood and make a wooden sign. You can also use a stone sign, or there are a couple other types of signs you can use that instead. So I'll put the stone sign on this pond, and then top it with some crimson fish. It has nothing to complain about. In time, it will finish. Not worry about it. But the cat. I am going to get 5 copper bars, and I'm going to upgrade my trash can today. Driftwood for Leah, broken glasses for Evelyn. I'll just do regular quality sweet peas today. Get the daffodil. I'm going to sell the 1 gold quality grape. There's something I want to do with the other grapes eventually. Got another pine tar. Here I can chop. I don't want to let them get too wild. See a blackberry I can grab. I'm going to try and limit how much fishing I do today. Unless I see bubbles, I'll only fish until 9. Because I want to actually build up some of my deluxe bait for winter. Of course, if I'm spending days in the mines, it'll be easier. It's a big deal. As you remember from upgrading our axe to steel, in addition to iron bars, you need 5,000 G for a steel upgrade. So even if I bought the iron ore today, it would still be a tight amount of gold to get the pickaxe going up to steel today. However, the trash can in particular takes less G to upgrade than the other tools. So I don't have a problem with upgrading that while waiting for more money. I just count my blessings more often. We have a good life here. Some people don't have enough food to eat. And even if you fall in rough times, Gus doesn't want anyone in town to go hungry, so Stardew Valley is a good place to live. I'll talk to Leah again and give her driftwood. Everyone goes to the Stardew Valley Fair, but that doesn't so I will be able to talk to everyone tomorrow and build a little bit more friendship. I will be spending some gold at the fair, but not too much. It's kind of embarrassing to be the only family in town who lives in a trailer. Wish I could live in a nice house someday. Maybe we can do something about that eventually. Let me check the board. What do we got? Well, the dust sprites are found in the frozen floors of the mine, which is 40 through 79. Not going to be getting there in 7 days likely. But I do have biome balance. For unknown reasons, the local population of river fish has grown to an unsustainable level and need a local angler to help reduce their numbers. You can get river fish, ocean fish, or lake fish as the biome balance. It is random. There's also one for specific fish. If you ask for specific fish, he asks you to catch 10. If it's regional fish, he asks you to catch 20. So in the next week, I have to catch at least 20 fish in the river. Out of curiosity, let me see how many bobbers I have unlocked. And I still got quite a few to go. We'll be catching lots in winter. I might have glacier fish. There's squid. There's a event in winter that lets me see a bunch of stuff. I missed the 6-star event. I thought someone was there. That was wonderful. Thank you. I'm not very good, but it's fun to play. Really, you're not very good. Screw you, Elliot. Screw you. I'm fine at piano, but I don't know about that. I've been working day and night to try and finish my book. It's been driving me insane, Patrick. An occasional tune is the only recreation I allow myself, though you're at the saloon every week. Several times a week, in fact. It's just too much work to do, and my bank account's starting to run dry. Sometimes I should just throw it all away and become a farmer like you. Just as hard to be a farmer, you know. You're right, that was an insensitive thing to say. What I meant is that I'd like to get away from this dark, musty prison and experience a little bit of real life. That's all. Sorry I'm complaining like this. I just need someone to talk to now and then. Come visit me if you need a break from your labors. Alright, I will head now over to the Clint's to pick up the copper pickaxe and turn in my trash can. I still also have the hoe and the watering can to upgrade to copper, which having them upgraded before I start farming will allow me to till and water my first field much quicker. But for now I'll do the trash can, especially until I feel like I have the comfortable money to to get the third row of the inventory, which I honestly should have done already. But until I get to that point, it will be nice to be able to, when I do need to trash things, get a little bit of money back. Lewis loves hot pepper, I am well aware. house and give her broken glasses. I suppose I should have grabbed a hardwood for Robin, but honestly, at the point she's at, the spaghetti should be enough on her birthday, as long as I at least talk to her between now and then. Here's your other. I could start with 6 hearts. So I was gonna say not doing much fishing today, but as I got the biome balance quest, fishing is exactly what I should be doing today. So I'll come up here and talk to Robin and Maru and Demetrius. Possibly Sebastian. Maybe up here as well. That entire family needs more friendship. Lewis is up here too, but he's just here to collect. I mentioned to Willie that you got a new fish pond. He seemed really happy about it. Apparently he raised crabs when he was a young man. Called it a time-honored tradition. If you get a fish pond and fill it up to 10 with crabs, Willie will come visit your farm and give you a pearl as a reward for your endeavors in crabbing. So, you can do it once per farm, something to think about. Also, just because I put crimson fish in the pond now does not mean that I cannot change it to a different fish later. At any time you can clear a fish pond and choose a different kind of fish. However, be aware that if you just clear the fish pond, you will lose any fish that are currently in it. However, you can cast your rod into it and fish out all the fish that are in there and then empty it and change it to a new fish, and you won't lose what was in there. There is a bug regarding legendary fish, or maybe just legend. I've never experienced the bug myself because once I put a legendary fish in, I never wanted to take it out. But apparently if you fish like right on the border of the fish pond, rather than just being able to fish it out for free like you're supposed to be able to do with a fish pond, you actually have to complete the fishing mini game again. And you know, if you've already done that for legendary fish, you don't really want to again. So just something to think about. I saw a post about that glitch on Reddit the other day. Like I said, I've never experienced it myself, but I might have to be mindful of it in this playthrough if I decide that I want another fish pond, or I want to put a different fish, like legend for example, in my fish pond, and haven't bothered to make another one yet. So Clint will take a couple extra days to upgrade the trash can, because tomorrow is a festival. But unlike the other tools, I can still trash things while Clint is upgrading my trash can. Also, if you've upgraded the trash can, you still have the previous upgrade level to use to trash things then, so if you're worried about not having a tool while something is upgrading, consider upgrading the trash can, because you won't lose access to it while it's being upgraded. And even once you have all three rows of inventory space, there are inevitably going to be times when you just run out of carry room. So, if you've upgraded your trash can, you always get a little bit of money for the things you have to trash. I'm above 4,600. I may very well reach level 10 fishing today. We're gonna be traveling into the mines very, very soon. Probably the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow's the fair. We'll spend the entire festival day in the mines when there is a very good reward to be had from going to the festival. And also when the Grinch display, but I'm going to get the reward anyway. Just for selling a perfect catch there. Fortunately, even though I don't have any more bait on my line, I do still have the dress spinner for at least a few more casts. So I'm not having to wait as long to catch each fish as I might otherwise. There is an argument to be made if I'm going to get to level 10 fishing to not sell anything that I catch today. Because there will be another profession regarding fishing. And while it would not be the first time I've taken the one that makes treasure chests appear more frequently, I imagine I'm going to be taking the one that makes fish sell for more. If I hold down, can I reach that? No. My current cast distance is not enough to reach those bubbles. I'll make sure that that's the case even if I get a max cast. Yep, still not quite there. I held down the down key and got a max cast and still could not reach. And I don't think there's any side area where I could angle the cast properly to reach those bubbles. They're gone now anyway. Seeing bubbles is not a guarantee that you can actually reach the bubbles. Unfortunately. This is not the spot I usually cast. Must not be as good of a fish as it could have been. My fishing tackle has now worn out, but I am 101 experience from level 10 fishing. 98. 95, you darn green algae. Give me a fish, darn you. Actually, I'd be thrilled to complete the river fish quest today. Probably going to be a bream. Catches a bream gives me like 48, pardon me. I'm only up to 11 river fish. Another bream would, another perfect caught bream just like that would get me there. Come on, bream. Or really anything with a perfect catch at this point would probably get me. Here we go. No, it was a smallmouth bass. Curse you. And pour away. I could wait until tomorrow and get the remaining experience from the crab pots, but I want to be able to sell these fish tomorrow and not the day after. one experience away. Oh, the game's just playing with me now. I got it on the green algae. That's kind of disappointing. I'd rather get it on the fish, but I got it one way or another. Sorry if it came off as rude when we first met. Don't talk to Pam. Ah, Pam is happy that I got a fish pond. Remember that old bus for fish? I was visiting my friend Sandy today. Sandy lives in the desert. Fall 15th is her birthday. Emily visits her every year on her birthday. Here's that 6-heart event for Abigail that I was mentioning before. Get to trigger that now. I guess you're wondering why I'm in the graveyard at this hour. Well, I'm here because it's the best place in town to find some privacy. And I'm all sweaty because I've been practicing my swordsmanship. Hey, what? You think I'm too weak to swing a blade? Sorry, I guess I'm getting a little defensive. You see, I want to explore the mountain caves, but I know it's too dangerous to go there unarmed. You've used a sword before, haven't you? Actually, no, not in this playthrough I haven't. Really? That's surprising. I've lived in the valley my whole life, but I've never really done anything memorable. I want to go on an adventure. Abigail? Dad? I've been looking all over for you. Your mother wants you to come home and help with dinner. What are you doing in the graveyard anyway? This is no place for a young lady. Mind your own business. You think I should be at home cooking dinner because I'm a girl, don't you? You're really stuck in the past, Dad. Let's get out of here. Well, are you coming or not? Come back. Okay, my dad won't find us here. Can you believe my parents were ever young? You don't understand my perspective at all. I know, they grew up in a different era with different values. It still takes me off sometimes, okay? Well, thanks for hearing me out. Now, could you help me untangle my hair from this bush? I'm going to take a break at the end of this day before the fair. I'm going for about an hour and 20 minutes. Almost that long. Gives a good time to stretch a little bit. I'm definitely not hydrating enough. I'm actually starting to get a bit of a headache. I forgot to give Gus his gift, but it'll be okay. As I said, I was not going to sell any of these fish tonight. I will sell them all when I wake up. The algae does not count. Will not have its sell price increased. So let's go to bed, see the earnings screen, and then I will take my break. Level 10 fishing. Since I took the fish sell for more before, I can take angler for 50% more on fish, or pirate for chance to find treasure doubled. I will take the angler profession. We are now done with fishing. I'll get a lot more when I sell those fish from yesterday. Progress is saved, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Okay, we are back in. Let's get into this day. It'll be another sunny day, or cloudy day. Non-rain day. And the spirits are very happy today, but it shouldn't matter too much. I got 35 stone from George. Let's beat our rod. And send the fishery yesterday, now that I'm getting 50% more. That will apply to crab fish as well. And we also have the crimson fishes already decided to produce 3 crimson fish roe on the first day. I cannot craft, nor do I have any preserve jars yet. But we're going to sell that. And hopefully get a good amount of return. So, for the Grange display, there are a number of different categories your items can come from. And because I'm used to just putting in certain items and always winning, I will give you a breakdown of exactly what it is. I can just win it all the time, but I will tell you exactly what you would need to do to win. Why does it keep bringing up Jody's page instead of showing me Stardew Valley Fair? Page is bugged. Okay, so for the Grange display, you get certain points for having items. So if you have all 9 spots filled, you get points just for doing that. There are 8 categories. They are animal products, artisan goods, cooking, fish, foraging, which includes flowers and tree sap, fruits, minerals, and vegetables. Each category that you get gives you an additional 5 points, up to 30, so you only need 6 of those categories. And then, beyond that, each item has its own point value. So, let's go down the list. An animal product. Do I have an animal product anywhere? I do not have animal products, unfortunately. Unless... Let me see if roe counts as an animal product. If so, I'll pull out that crimson fish roe and do that. I didn't find the section for animal products on this list. Okay, roe is not an animal product. Yes, so I have no animal products, so I can't complete that category. Artisan goods. Do I have an artisan good? I thought I had jelly. All of these syrups count as artisan goods. Let's see. Maple syrup has the highest sell price, so it's likely to give me the most points out of those. Cooking, I said I was going to take the chocolate cake. Fish. For fish, I will take over the angler. Foraging, including flowers and tree saps. Wait, if foraging counts as tree saps, then why did it say it was an artisan good? That's a problem. Yeah, it looks like despite the game calling it an artisan good in the menu, as far as excuse me, scoring goes, it counts as a foraged good. Which puts a wrench in me even getting 6 categories represented. Fruits, I can get a fruit, I can take a peach. Vegetable, fiddlehead fern counts as a vegetable. So I'm gonna take one of those. Mineral. Take any mineral. I will take a ruby. So I've got the cooking, the fish, the foraging, the fruit, mineral, and vegetable. That is 6. So I'll be able to pull it off, just barely. Since I don't have other categories to do, I will take the vegetable medley as a second cooked dish. I don't know if the Star Drop 2 would actually do anything. And I'll take just a couple of things that are artisan, or that are iridium. Alright, we'll see if I can at least squeak out a not last place finish. Anything less than 60 points will make you 4th place. Between 60 to 74 will get you 3rd. 75 to 89 will give you 2nd place, and anything above 90 will get you 1st place. Don't think we're getting 1st place today, but I think I can get at least 3rd, if not 2nd. I'm getting at least 39 points. Just for having the 6 different categories and 9 items. So there's an empty Grange display for you right here. I don't really care how I arrange the things. Just get them in there. Make sure that I have the categories. It's cooking, fish, fruit, vegetable, mineral. Okay. There's a strong one. I like to complete this twice. Once at the top. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Here I have a start token, and all the way at the bottom. Wow, 0 strength. I'm actually impressed with how weak you are. Here's a start token. You can also get anywhere in between and they'll rate your strength. Like gym teacher, toothpick. There's actually George's knee in there somewhere, which is just mean. Most important day, it's the big day, our most important festival of the year, the Stardew Valley Fair. Let's participate by setting up a Grange display. I've left an empty stand for you. Just let me know after you set everything up so we can get to the judging. Pierre is very serious about this Grange display. He's been putting aside investing in produce for weeks in preparation. Hey, best of luck to you if you enter. My store carries the very finest quality products in the whole valley. Please inspect my Grange display closely and see for yourself. I tried my best, but my display is pretty weak compared to Pierre's. Well, maybe the judges will give me bonus points for the massive cheese wheel. Are you setting up a Grange display, Patrick? Is your chance to show off all of the good produce from Shady Hills. No, There are also tourists here. Wow, this is the biggest cheese that I've ever seen. Very impressive. There are a few tourists here. All these animals are friendly and love to get massaged. Moo! Ow, hand pecked my little finger. And just a few steps over there, Gus is grilling up a bunch of pork ribs. Yikes. Got some soul searching to do. Alright, this is over here. These animals never judge people by their looks. The same can't be said for humans. Hey Patrick, having a good time? The slingshot thing is pretty fun, and if you get good at it, you can really rack up the star tokens. It's kinda hectic today. I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. Over in this tent, we have the fortune teller, who's been telling us our luck for most of the game. Ah yes, my crystal ball is swirling with visions of your future, young one. Why didn't you read my fortune? I see you laying on a cot. It looks like a hospital. Linus is here to keep company while you recover. What a nice friend. Now I see you and Haley in a field of grass. You seem happy. The crystal ball has moved on. It's you, in the forest. You spot some rare and delicious mushrooms beneath the clump of grass. What a find. The crystal ball is going dim. That's all I can do for you, young one. Now just keep in mind that the future isn't set in stone. Whatever I told you today can still be changed if you set your heart on it. Farewell. So she tells you about your closest friend, your closest dateable person, and your highest skill. Well, Wick and I have known each other for a long time. She's a remarkable diviner and a good friend. That clown, I know him from somewhere. Is it the School of Illusion? Or maybe the Carnival of Secrets? Clint? I complain about my job sometimes, but I do take pride in my work. These are some of my finest pieces. I hope you like them. So Marlon has to say, Clint's blades get sharper every year. So do his prices. You can't actually buy a blade from Clint. I really admire Robin's carpentry skills. I use a lot of the same techniques in my own line of work. Woodworking is an ancient tradition that I'm very proud to be a part of. Robin really works hard on her carpentry stuff. She deserves a little recognition now and then. He doesn't look very happy. I guess Mary Lou's had to cut costs with the budget clown this year. No, I would have made a pretty good clown. I think I missed my calling. Better hurry up, kid, before old Pam here fishes every last lunker out of the tent. There's a fishing tent here? Have you been to the fortune teller? She set up her stand in the graveyard. I already saw her. She told me something interesting. I played the strength game too many times, and now my arms feel like rubber. I won the Wheel of Chance 10 times in a row, and now the man won't let me play anymore. You can just buy star tokens here. 50G each. I already beat all the games, now what? Here's the slingshot tent, and I will get Lewis going over to judge the display while I come up here. We got Evelyn, George, Gus. I wish Gus would include some vegetarian option. Some zucchini skewers maybe? Smoked turkey lunch? I guess this festival isn't all bad. Eat as much as you like, it's all free today. Compliments of Mayor Lewis. Oh, make sure to dribble some of my secret sauce on there. I'm trying to get Gus to tell me his sauce recipe, but he won't budge. Right here? This barbecue sauce is amazing. So I'm gonna eat a few. Why not? My character doesn't eat a whole lot. I'm a feast today. So, a little bit of trivia. Welcome to the stream, Jenny. Evelyn says she wants vegetarian options here. What we're eating is clearly a survival burger. And the recipe for survival burger, bread, cave carrot, and eggplant. There does not appear to be any meat in it. I mean, there was originally intended to be butchering in the game, and that was removed prior to release. So that may have a role in it. I won first place with a rating of 100! I did not expect to win with that fairly weak display. But I guess having some iridium quality things and a legendary fish pulled out the win for me. Wow, I usually don't... 100 is actually a really good score. So I'm gonna shift click. Don't forget to take things from the branch display. They will be in the lost and found these days if you forget. It used to be if you forgot to get your stuff, that you were just out of luck. So let me show you what you can trade your tokens in for. 100 tokens will get you dried sunflowers, 500 will get you a fedora, you can get a rare crow for 800, a star trap for 2000, a prize ticket for 1000, a light green mug for 500, and a rotating item this year is 100 pieces of hay for 500. Let me show you the 2 other games you can play besides the strength game. This is a slingshot game. You need to aim and break the targets. I am absolute trash at this game. I'm going to miss a lot of targets. I do look for opportunities to break more than one at a time. There's going to be some purple targets in the corner. They go away pretty quickly. But if you can get both of them, that would be nice number. Your accuracy does matter, so you want to try and hit as many shots as you can. Slingshotting is really not that hard in this game, I'm just bad at it. So my accuracy was pretty low. I did get a multiplier for accuracy. You can get a lot of star tokens from that, but I'm just not good at it. What I'm much better at is a fishing tent. Now, in early versions of the game, you could only catch pretty basic fish here. In more recent updates, you can catch basically any type of fish. Green algae gives you a single point. You get points based on the difficulty of the fish you catch, and you get a multiplier for perfect catches. And this game is a little bit forgiving if you have hooked a fish and the time runs out while you're trying to catch the fish. It will let you finish catching the fish. Unlike the ice fishing festival in the winter, where once the time is up, you're done immediately. Doesn't matter if you have a fish on the line for that. I believe it provides a fishing pole, so any bait or tackle you have on your pole does not affect how well you will do here, but your fishing level, determining the size of your bar and how long it takes to hook a fish, that does come into play. Hopefully I can get... I'm sure I'll get at least one more fish. Hopefully I can hook one in the remaining few seconds. Come on. Yeah. Alright, one more. Let me finish catching. Hopefully I get a second catch. Yes. I got all perfect catches. Finished with a score of 172. 5 fish caught, 272 perfection bonus, 528 star tokens. Compared to the paltry amount I got for the fishing game. So now, the last thing to show you is the wheel. Now you may think it's 50-50. It is not. The green actually has a much higher chance to win. The typical strategy is to bet half of your star tokens on green each time. And presumably, because it's so much more likely to land on green, I
Had some rough luck this first spin, but it is enough higher on green that as long as you bet on green, bet around half of your start tokens each time. Wow. This is just bad luck. Straight up bad luck. Everything I have said about it being more likely to land on green is true. I can promise that. Yeah, the spirits are in a good mood by eye. No, the spirits have no effect on these odds. It's 75% on green, 25% on orange. Presumably, Penny was always great betting on green if she wanted 10 times in a row. It's going to be in green, just barely. Now I'm going to just do 690. It's not quite half, but it's pretty close. I'm just gonna do the fishing game. It takes a little bit longer than it does betting on the wheel, but I'm just not having a good luck day. There's no guarantee that I'll get as many points that I did last time. You can like fish up a catfish, and those are not going to be perfect catches very often. You can also just end up fishing up a ton of green algae and hardly get any points at all. All you can really do is hope you get lots of fishes that you can get perfect on. And not have to wait too long on any particular point for a bite. Now if you do get one of the harder fish and still get a perfect catch, then that's lots of points. I wouldn't mind another salmon. That's no one getting the chicken. Also, you don't want to waste time on a cast that doesn't even go into the water. The worst part about the harder fish isn't necessarily that you don't get a multiplier for a perfect catch, it's that it takes you a long time to actually finish catching the fish. That's time you could have been going for another cast. That one stayed right at the bottom the whole time. I got more points this time. 226. Before perfection bonus, I caught an extra fish. This time I got 684 star tokens. As long as I get the star drop and the prize ticket, I'm not too worried about the other prizes. It's just really, I mean, the star drop is the number one thing to get. Star drops increase your maximum energy. So I definitely want to make sure I'm getting that. Beyond that, of course, you've seen what I can get with prize tickets. I want to be able to get the, if I get the prize ticket here and then the prize ticket for catching up to 20 river fish out of the preserve jars, so I can put the crimson fish row in here and the aged row. Sell that for large amounts of money. Plus I can put like things from the fruit bag cave and other things into the dry food improve their sell price. but mostly I'll keep them available for future fish roll, which takes several days to process. And the fish pond could theoretically produce every day. So it looks like we're still going to get a decent score. So my perfection bonus will be affected negatively by the multiple catfish. This is certainly another one. I'm just going to eat up the rest of my time trying to catch it. But I'd still rather catch it and use up a lot of time than have it failed catch. Since catfish have a high score value attached to them. Okay, one more win here will get me over 2,000 tokens for the star drop at least. Shad gives you a pretty good amount of points, so it's a very easy fish to catch on. If you're wondering, no, any fish you catch during this do not give you fishing experience. You have to disconnect a lot of this fish on. I couldn't really pause in the middle of the fishing game to wait for it to reconnect. Hopefully we're still live. I will check between games. My phone says the mobile live dashboard. The fish is connected. Oh, we got another fish right at the wire. Okay, another catfish, but the score is going to be massive this time. 276. $756 star tokens. So we're well above 2,000. I'm going to come over here and go ahead and get the star drop. And you may or may not remember, I made a choice at the beginning of the playthrough. Very first episode. You asked me what my favorite thing was, and I said my favorite thing is chat. So hello chat, you are my favorite thing. The taste of the star drop reminds me of chat. One of my least favorite things is a drink going down the wrong pipe. Ah. Okay. I'm going to do the strength thing real quick. Ox. Gorilla. Horse. Mammoth. Can I stop screwing up, please? There we go. I was doing that so I had an even number. I'm going to give the wheel another chance. 392. It's much nicer betting on the wheel on PC. I don't have to hit the arrow and hold it until I get to the preferred number of star tokens. I can just type in the number. 538. 238. 538. Oh gosh. I don't know how many I put in. I won some small number of tokens. 591. If I get this one, I'll go grab the prize ticket. I don't want to buy the prizes too frequently because then I won't be winning as many if I get it right. But if I'm getting it wrong, then of course I'm losing more in that case. Skim milk. I like 2% milk for drinking and whole milk for cooking. 387, This is my math for the day. Betting on the wheel instead of that. Obviously it wasn't 387 if I had 287 left. 190. Back to fishing, because if you got less than 100 tokens left to bet, it's like, why even bother? And some stomach rumblings. But at least want to finish the Stardew Valley Fair and the next day on the stream so you can at least see the mines. It is also worth noting that now that I'm starting mining, I can break every stone on my farm. I will say that if I had gotten my pickaxe up to steel before starting mining, I could break the large stones on my farm. They do give you plenty of stone, but they do not give you any experience. So those stones could have been broken, provided I had the correct tool. And that would have given me, the stone I'm lacking. 257 is my score. I will not peak again. Perfection bonus, another 780 star tokens. I will do one more and that should give me the prizes. Or at least the fedora and the rare pearl that can't be gotten anywhere. The hay is my lowest priority. Of course, I love having plenty of hay, but I don't have any animals to feed it to yet, and I'll be getting the silo well before I'm feeding animals, so I'll be able to get plenty of hay. It's just that star tokens do not carry over from the XP yet, so if I have enough to get the hay as well, I should do so. Is important. I like having the light green rug. It gives me some decoration in my house. I am not a big decorator in this game, but I do have a couple things that I like to try and do in terms of decoration each playthrough, just to give my farm a little bit of personality. But as far as outside the farmhouse, I tend to prioritize what I feel is an efficient layout. And inside, I just haphazardly throw all the things I get as furniture and rewards throughout the game. I got a score of 303 that time. Got 7 fish. More than 400. I got 852 star tokens that time. Alright, let's come over here and get some more rewards. I will take the fedora and the rare crow. That brings me down to 429. I will actually go ahead and grab the dried sunflowers. So the light green rug would require me to get up to 500. Let's see if we can do that. Let's get an even number again. I've seen more of the higher ones. Let's see if I can get some interesting things that I haven't seen yet. There's cardboard, bulldozer, soggy spaghetti, carrot stick, shrimp. This is there. And like I said, George's knee can also appear on there. Okay, this is 165. I'm almost positive this time. I got my math correct. And 165 would make me 5 short of the... Okay, 82. Not everything. 82. Did I do 80? I'm not sure I did that right. No, I did 20. My bad. Let's do 92. What I should actually probably be doing is practicing the slingshot. You know what? I will go all in, and if I don't do it, then I'll do one of the games to get the tokens. This game video is boring. Alright. My inventory is actually basically full, so I'm going to take the rug and leave. There's nothing in my inventory I want to give up for 100 pieces of hay. Actually, let me double check that I talked to everyone. I did, okay. So I will put things back in their respective chests. Sorting out my inventory. I usually put the dried sunflowers just like out here somewhere. To my regret, I don't have. I need to craft another chest real quick. And I'm going to put this chest inside. What I use this chest for is particularly rare items, and if I don't have a place to put clothing items, I put the clothing in there as well. So things like artifacts, warp totems, tent kits, these hats, those other sorts of things. I will not put the... I also sometimes put tools and weapons inside. So I'll take the extra poles. Well, one of the extra poles at least. And put all that stuff in this chest in here. And because I have a new hat, I want to show it off. So let's put on the fedora instead of the bucket hat. I'm going into the caves with a fedora. It's like I'm Indiana Jones. It's actually really weird to have the rug before I have that. The UI info suite is showing me the range of the scarecrow. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter too much. Alright, we're gonna get into bed. We're gonna get money for the fish that I caught. Lots and lots of money. And now on this day, we're going to take our first dip into the mines. And then I'll probably end the stream there. The copper trash can is ready. I have given 2 gifts to the people I'm gifting, except for Jody and Gus. And the wizard, but I'm waiting until Friday to give him another gift. I will go ahead and bake the rod. And I'm actually going to put most of my tools there. So I have plenty of room to grab things from mine. I will bring along the broken trident. I am not doing combat yet, but if it is necessary for me to stay alive by keeping a swarm of enemies out with me, I am allowed to fight them off with the broken trident. I am also allowed, once I receive the quest, to kill 10 green slimes to gain admittance to the Adventurers Guild. So while we're waiting for things to open, let's break some of these rocks on my farm that have been plaguing me for the entire game. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get some extra coal too. So as far as getting copper for the watering can and the hoe upgrade, and copper for more tappers, I will be getting that from the mines now. I'm keeping the hoe with me because there are dig spots in the mines, and I may want to dig up some things. I don't have to wait until a certain time to get into the mines. I'm breaking things so that I can give Jody a cake before I do. So I was more waiting for her to wake up than I was for needing to wait for the mines. I think my goal for today will be level 10. I can probably make it further, but the spirits do determine how likely you are to find a ladder down to the next floor. And luck is not on my side today. You can steal the jack-o'-lanterns from the people's house that appear after the Stardew Valley Fair until the Spirits Eve Festival, if you want to be a jack-o'-lantern thief. Okay, Jody is now at 9 hearts, and we'll get a friendship boost at the end of the week. Vincent is blocking my path. I'm going to swing by Clint and get the upgraded trash can into my inventory. I put most of my tools away, but there's still no guarantee that I'll have enough room to pick things up. So, make sure that if my inventory does get overfilled, I will be able to receive a small bit of money of the items I am selling. I also do have the prize ticket from yesterday, but the reward for that is a blue pinstripe bed. It is not worth filling up a slot in my inventory. Well, I mean, the slot in the inventory is there anyway, but if I had the bed in my inventory, I would feel compelled to go put it in my house. And I don't want to do that. I feel better about having a prize ticket in my inventory. Got broccoli seeds, which tells you that if you were to plant broccoli today, there's still time to grow it within fall. It's not too late. I saw a wild plum in the corner there, but that's just another item eating up space. So let's enter the mines and go down a floor. So most rocks in the mines do not give you experience. These lighter colored ones will. The other rocks only give you experience if you also happen to get a piece of coal from it. So you can see my experience is not going up all that much. I'll break some of these large rocks. They don't give experience no matter what, but they do give me more stone. Oh, also if I get copper ore, getting ore from a regular rock will also grant you experience. As you can see, I've broken most of the rocks on this floor and did not get a ladder. I did get a ladder there. I want to come over here and get the couple pieces of quartz. I have not done one to the museum yet. You need one for the community center, and if I don't find any amethysts, quartz makes a decent gift for Abigail. So I got a ladder right away again, but I want to come over here. There's some copper ore things. I just got my first mining level up. I will break these crates with my weapon. You need all sorts of things from crates. There I got cave carrots, geodes, and coal. You can also get like hardwood, weapons, rings. You can get a whole bunch of stuff. Here's my first gem node. It is an amethyst node. Naturally, gem nodes give you a good amount of experience. I can see an earth crystal down here that is found in the earlier floors of the mines, and there's another thing I can donate to Gunther and need it for the geologist's bundle, along with the frozen tier and fire quartz, which I can find much later on. There's my completing reaching floor 5. The next little quest that they give you related to the mines is reaching level 40. Because that will be the first point where the type of floors you're accessing in the mines are different. I will trash the basic beginning floor. That gives you a small chance of a spot that you water to stay watered the next day. Sprinklers are better, and there is also better qualities of containing soil that have a higher chance of you of the spot staying watered. So I'm breaking most rocks in one hit except for like the ore ones and the large ones. I got slimed. I'm looking forward to getting down to floor 10 because I will get something there that will help with that a little bit. Eat a couple blackberries. The worst part about not killing enemies is enemies can also drop a ladder. So if you're not killing the enemies, you may be missing out on an easy ladder that doesn't require you to use any energy breaking rocks. So that will be the other eventuality in which I may end up killing an enemy or a few if I've broken the rocks on the floor and still have not found a ladder. Then I will kill enemies looking for one. But I've got to break the rocks first. Even if it's a lot of rocks like it was on that floor. I'm getting pretty unlucky with the experience. So there are 120 floors of the mines, and it is unlikely that just going down all the floors of the mines one time will be enough for me to get level 10 mining. It never has in any of my playthroughs. But between this, the rocks on my farm, and the fact that as soon as winter hits, I'll be able to complete the pantry and unlock the quarry, I should be able to get pretty high by the time I reach the end of the mines the first time. I'm on floor 8, it is 6:20 p.m. I still think I can reach floor 10, but I think getting any higher than that is not going to work out for me. Luck, daily luck, also influences how many ore you get per ore vein you hit. So I would be getting more if I would have a higher chance of getting more if the daily luck were better. But you know, when the only copper ore I've gotten to this point in the playthrough was a little bit from dig spots, fishing, and buying from Clint. Any amount that I get from a ore vein feels nice. There's a topaz vein down here. Of course, I want to get as many gems as I can. They're little gifts, they sell nicely. I need them for the museum if I haven't already found one. Let me sit up and stretch out my back a little bit here. Oops. Killed a bug by accident. Those bugs have 1 HP, so if you hit them at all, they will die. But they don't give very much combat experience. I'm not going to redo the day because I accidentally killed a bug. So, if you don't have remixed mine bundles on, what you find on floor 10 will always be leather boots. Leather boots give you +1 defense and +1 immunity. The defense, fairly self-explanatory, you take a little bit less damage. The immunity, now I don't want to get this wrong. A lot of people do, and I want to make sure that I do it right, because I do not want to accidentally spread immunity. Immunity is a statistic that affects your chance to be afflicted with any debuff. It has no effect on the length of time that you are invulnerable after getting damaged. So it doesn't make me stay slowed down by a slime any longer. But it can make it so that the slime just doesn't slow me down in the first place. It is far from a guarantee. It is 1 point of immunity. But it's still better than nothing. I love these ore clusters. Eventually I'll get bombs, and with bombs I can blow up this entire cluster at once. Okay, I need to kill those though. Those fly at you and will tear you apart. I did not expect to see one as soon as I got to floor 11. I was hoping to reach this 415 before they started flying at me. I think my hard rule though will be as long as I am twice as many levels along in mining as I am in combat, if I have to kill something, it's okay. I plan on doing combat next after mining anyway. Obviously, farming is now a big part of the game, but that's going to be my last skill. Because getting to the bottom of the mines will necessitate getting some combat experience one way or another. So I'm going to feel right to do farming after this. They just keep getting in my way. If they get in my way, at least give me bug meat, so I can craft more meat. Bug meat isn't the greater meat, you need to craft meat. I can level 2 fishing for multiple streams, and I can potentially get bug meat if I happen to accidentally kill a bug. Also, my broken trident would kill basically anything here. So much ore, I'm happy I get done. I don't know that I'm going to reach floor level 15. I have one more floor to go. But if I don't, I'm going to be happy I got this cluster of copper right here. So as far as mine progression goes, you do not have to start at the top of the mine every day. Every 5 floors you get gives you a checkpoint for the elevator that's at the top. So if I can make it off of this floor tonight, we're going to get down one more floor, then I can start at level 15 on the next day. That is a rock crab. Sometimes they'll be underneath rocks. Get out of my way. You die. You also die. Okay. Now I can continue hitting rocks, hopefully. Alright, we reached level 15. So I'll at least be able to start here on the next day. Let's see, there's the elevator. I can go to 415. You're going to be hearing a lot of dings over time. But at least this isn't a speed run where you're going to hear like 30 dings in a minute. Alright, so I'm not going to lose any energy no matter what. I got multiple mining levels today. But I would still like to try and get inside so I don't lose any money. Phone is ringing again. One moment, please. $800 number, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, let's put my forgeables in here. And come over to my mining chest. And I can finally put lots of things in here. So I'll have to take a trip over to Gunther, certainly. Got the earth crystal to donate to him. The topaz is new. The amethyst is new. Quartz, lots of things to donate to Gunther. Come over to my regular chest, put the stone and the wood in there. Cave turrets I usually put in there. Geode I would put in here. I'll put white algae back here for now. And pop broccoli seeds in there. Keep the sweet pea to give to Gus. And pet the cat and go to sleep. I think I will do one more day. I feel up to doing one more day. So we got level 1 mining, crafting recipe for cherry bombs. Level 2 mining, crafting recipe for staircases, and of course pickaxe proficiency that comes with each level of mining. cherry bomb, small explosion for 4 copper ore and nickel. A staircase uses to move down a level in the mines for 99 stone. Spirits feel neutral today, so I should be able to get another 10 levels. I'm gonna do another mines day, and then for Friday I'll finish up my fishing quest. So, Marlon sent me a letter about saying 10 slimes to gain admittance to the Adventurers Guild. Robin here, I noticed a lot of stone scattered around your farm now that I've started breaking stone. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve as convenient places to refill your watering can. Just swing by my shop with 75 stones and 1000 G when you're ready for it, Robin. There are a couple farm types where I would recommend a well, particularly the Hilltop and the Meadowlands farm. I would say are good farms to build a well on. As far as the forest farm, I don't think a well is necessary. Shane sent me some pepper poppers, which I'd like to use for him and some other people. Nice of him to send me a gift that he loves. Can I put this? I can't put that on the rod ball. Let's keep it in there. Let's get my oh, it is also Marnie's birthday, but I don't have that before. I'm pretty sure. I always think that she loves chocolate cake. She does not. She loves pink cake. She also loves diamond, farmer's lunch, and pumpkin pie. I have vegetable medley, not farmer's lunch. I did not get a diamond yet. I did not have any pumpkin pie. So, I will say that Marnie does not get a birthday gift. Well, that's rude. Let's give her a birthday gift. Just not a loved gift. Give her something, at least. So Marnie does not stay at the ranch on her birthday. Her annual checkup at the clinic happens to be her birthday. So for the people who complain all the time about Marnie never working, this one is one where you can say that she's not working on a day when she should be. But otherwise it's generally Mondays and Tuesdays. It's not that hard. I will stay here though until she's ready to come out. Decided to break some rocks with my time. I should have brought my rod so I could work on the river fish, but I did not. That's my own fault. I accept responsibility for this wasted time. Six seconds for every 10-minute tick in Stardew Valley. Fish. She's going into her room. Here is your birthday gift, Marnie. She is now at 10 minutes, so I do not have to worry about finding her anymore. At least for gifting purposes. When I start buying animals, I will find her behind the counter most days. Got a field snack, which is always a nice little energy boost. Obviously, I'm going to go by my farm and drop some of this stuff off. Pam wants an earth crystal. I was just making sure that I have Mari's 4 hard event on this file. And we'll grab these forageables because I want to. I really wish I had the minecarts completed. But I need to wait for fire quartz inversion here and a number of other things for that, including one of each type of bar. So there's the coal. I have 80 pieces of copper ore. Now that I'm getting copper and stone regularly, I imagine I will be crafting more smelters, plus the blacksmith's bundle in the community center, which is the one that requires 1 each copper, iron, and gold bar. The reward for that bundle is a smelter. I am wondering, I'm thinking a little bit ahead, because mining, combat, and especially farming will go pretty quickly. Mining might take me into like halfway through winter, but combat at that point and farming after will go very fast. So I'm thinking a little bit towards mastery, which will be the next hurdle of this challenge. I'm wondering if I should just straight up, if I should do mastery just whatever, in whatever order I feel, or if I should master things in the same order that I got them to level 10. If you've played Stardew Valley before and know what the heck I'm talking about when I'm talking about mastery, feel free to weigh in the chat here or in comments. I will read everything. So I will kill the 10 slimes I need to get into the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild is the place where you can sell things like weapons and monster parts. The monster parts at least can be sold in the shipping bin on your farm, but things like weapons and extra rings cannot. You can trash them and get a little bit of money, but as far as selling them for full price, it's the Adventurers Guild or nothing. I should have killed the slimes on that floor, but part of my brain is still thinking, wait, don't kill them. You can't. Yes, I can. This right here is a gem rock. It'll give you a random gem. Assuming that you have reached a level of the mines where you are allowed to find that gem normally. You die. Those bugs, the bugs that are flying and the large grubs on the ground, are in most playthroughs your most likely way to find an ancient seed. I was fortunate enough to find one previously, but if you haven't yet, look to those enemies. So level 19 is our first spiral floor. The spiral floors are nasty, and Concerned Ape himself says he wishes he hadn't put them in the game. But I will break every rock as I'm walking, and I will take the first ladder I find. If you get into the middle of a spiral floor, and I actually see that there's a ladder in there, there tends to be a lot of crates, and sometimes one of those crates will have something decent. Okay, here's Mist. Mist shows up in the mines sometimes, and it means that more enemies are going to spawn for a time. On floors like this, it means the flying bugs. On the later floors, it will be bats. I believe I have already defended myself during this. Unfortunately, it did result in a combat level, but the number of bugs that can show up at this time is essentially uncapped. There could be hundreds of them. And I did not want to die because I was too worried about getting a combat level. Unfortunately, they give 10 experience each, so if that miss shows up and I don't have a ladder to take, I'm going to get a lot of experience. None of those enemies managed to give me a ladder, and I have yet to find one. It is not impossible for multiple ladders to spawn on the floor, which is why I'm not just trying to rush for the middle, where I saw that there is a ladder. But at some point I'm going to be close enough to the middle anyway. I'm going to see if I can avoid killing this one. Yeah, I'm just going to run to the middle at this point. Oh, this didn't show up twice. Yeah, I'm not on for it for long enough for that to happen. Okay, so on floor 20, with non-remixed bundles, you get the steel small sword, which if you compare it to the damage of the rusty sword that Marlin gives you when you first enter the mines, is phenomenal. Compared to a broken trident, it's just not. So, if you want to grind copper, the preferred method among most people is to take the elevator to level 20 over and over again, then walk down to 21 and mine floor 20 and just repeat that over and over until you have your desired amount of copper. On the one hand, I'm not disappointed that I got a combat level because I'll be able to show you the rewards you get for each combat level you will receive. Ooh, a combi geode. 5 days later. They are a higher level of geode than the regular geodes we've been getting so far. They can have the items from any other type of geode and some that are unique to that one. So when I can, I will go by the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild is kind of open at weird times. I think it's 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., which just kind of sucks. A lot of times I don't bother going into the Adventurers Guild because I don't want to wait for it to open while but I could use that time to, go ahead and go into the mines and get things done. I want to break all these barrels and if the bugs come my way, then so be it. By the way, the sludge grubs on the ground, they are the larval form of the ones that are flying around. If you hit them but do not kill them, they will go into a shell. You cannot kill them when they're in their shell, and they will hatch as the larger ones and start flying around. Since I made it to another multiple of 10, I will go over to the Adventurers Guild. Walk inside. So here we have Marlin, and I can sell things to him. As you go deeper in the mines, he will be able to sell you stronger weapons, You can always sell you the rusty sword and the wooden blade. I've gotten the duct of femur, silver saber, elf blade. I can buy additional steel small swords from him. I don't need one. I'm also going to sell him the broken trident because I have another one. Cutlass is the highest level 1 I can get right now. The level 3 sword. But I also have level 2 sword, level 2 dagger, and the level 2 club. So the different weapon types, the swords, special right click, or if you're using a mouse, is a shield that blocks an attack. The dagger, like the broken trident, is multiple quick hits. The club's special attack is a AoE slam that is the choice of most skilled players. Now you get the work boots, which have 2 defense, but they do not have any immunity on them. Even as soon as you get in here, you can get the sneakers, which have +1 defense, but not the immunity. Once you've gotten the leather boots, you can buy them. Once you've found amethyst and topaz, you can buy those rings. The amethyst ring increases knockback, the topaz ring gives you some defense. There are also decorative items here, wall sword, and decorative sword. So when you put it in the wall and put it as a display case, I sold those, I could buy them back at the same price if I wanted to. And of course I can sell bug meat or slime. Over here is Gil, who will give you rewards if you complete the monster eradication goals, which is a part of perfection. So I've killed slimes and insects. I need to kill 1,000 slimes for a reward, 80 cave insects for a reward. I haven't killed any other type of monster, but there's void spirits and bats, skeletons, duggies, dust sprites, rock crabs, mummies, pepper wrecks, serpents, and magma sprites are the other types of enemies you would need to slay for monster eradication rules. There's also a skill book in that box right there, but I need to slay 1,000 total monsters to get through that door. So it is only about 10 p.m., but I don't think I'll be able to get down an additional 5 floors. Pretty soon we're going to reach floor 30, which is a darkened floor. Thank goodness I have a glow ring from the night fishing bundle, because otherwise it is darn near impossible to see on those floors. And not just where the ladders are, but anything. The glow ring will make that so much easier. I will come back to the farm and put my things away. Is there actually anyone here who wants me to go in addition day? Otherwise I think I'll call it here. I did get some fiber, some more mixed seeds and wood, additional cave carrots. That's another artifact for Gunther. I think on the next day when I finish my fishing for the week, that quest, I should go and take that stuff to Gunther. Since I should probably play another day so I don't forget to do that donating run. Yeah, I guess one more day is in order. I won't be doing mining, but I'll be doing some fishing and donating things from the mines, like the prehistoric hand axe. I won't have Clint open any geodes yet, but Clint is the one who will open those for you. So the broken trident is still my weapon of choice, but I have an extra one now. Or I had an extra one. Get the deluxe bait on the rod, So we'll be ready. My typical order when I have a weapon included, that's the order I like to have my tools in. Of course, that's assuming that I'm doing everything, including like farming. Watering is typically the first thing I'll do in a day. So I did end up getting level 1 combat, not entirely intentionally. Each level of combat gives you an additional 5 HP for more survivability. Also, crafting recipes, level 1 combat gives me sturdy ring and bug steak as crafting recipes. I will show you what you need to do each of those. So for the sturdy ring to craft it, you need a 2 copper bars, 25 bug meat, and 25 slime. It cuts the duration of negative status effects in half. So for example, the slime of the slimes. The other thing I got was bug steak. You need 10 bug meat to make one, but it gives you some energy and health. As the item description says, the last resort of the hungry cave diver. If you just need a little bit more energy to get down to the next floor and you have some bug meat, bug steak is an option. The spirits are very happy today, which makes me want to go to the mines, but I said I wouldn't. I said I would go fishing, so that's what I'm going to do. There's a quest for Caroline. She wants to buy a pumpkin from me. My daughter and I want to carve a jack-o'-lantern for the upcoming Spirits Eve Festival. But I'm not growing pumpkins, and I cannot take one of the jack-o'-lanterns in front of someone else's house and give that to her. It's the carving of the jack-o'-lantern as the bonding activity with Abigail that is most important to Caroline. And they can't bond if I give them an already made jack-o'-lantern. So I will give the sheep pea to Gus today. I will go check the traveling cart and give another purple mushroom to the wizard. I will cut down a couple trees. And then once I've been to the wizard and the traveling cart, I will swing back up to my farm, do all the things I want to donate to Gunther, to the museum, and then I will spend as much of the rest of the day as is necessary to get the remaining 8 river fish I need for that quest. And I'm assuming that the mayor's house is still open after that. I'll go turn in the guys' tickets. What am I doing? I can break these rocks and get to all of the branches now. And 3! There's another. Even without going to the mines, I'm getting another mining level today. Level 3 mining. Certainly feels like it's going pretty fast, and the good news about mining level scaling is you will typically get levels as you're going lower in the mines, and when you get low enough, you get, instead of copper, iron ore, which gives more experience, and even further down, gold ore, which gives more experience, and higher chances of finding rarer gems, which, as you might have guessed, more experience than the more common gems. So you will get more experience from what you break as you go down, which will help with the scaling. We got poppy seeds, holly, pumpkin seed, winterroot, cauliflower, caviar. So crocus and winterroot are winter forage, but I don't feel like I need to boost the speed with that. Okay, so cauliflower. Cauliflower would allow me to finally complete Jody's request before I do farming. Caviar is another interesting case. So caviar is a unique type of aged roe. As the description says, the curious roe of a sturgeon fish. The only way to get caviar in the game is to get sturgeon roe from sturgeon in a fish pond and age it in a preserve jar. Beyond that, I need 2 caviar in the game. One for a special bundle after the community center. One for the shipping collection. Now, I could take the chance on buying this caviar and hope that I find another one and I never have to use a fish pond on sturgeon. Or I could accept that a sturgeon pond is a good idea and not buy the caviar, and I'll eventually get some. Anyway, I think I'll buy the cauliflower to complete Jody's request and get her up to 10 hearts. Then I will leave the caviar. Additionally, there's a cherry sapling here. It's selling for $25.50. The fruit tree saplings can be found here instead of at Pierre's shop, and sometimes they sell for less. A cherry sapling from Pierre's store costs $3,400. The traveling cart could sell it for as much as $42.50 or as little as $25.50. This is the lowest price I can possibly find a cherry sapling for, so I will buy it here. Honestly, I should try and get my... If I had enough iron ore, I would take my pickaxe over to Clint today since I'm going to be fishing. I don't have enough iron ore. I will give the wizard a iridium quality mushroom. I will swing by Jody's house to give her that cauliflower. Actually, ideally I'll swing by Leah and the ranch and talk to those people as well, so that I get some more friendship. As I'm spending entire days in the mines, rather than spending each day circuiting around the town and talking to everyone, it's more important to at least talk to them when I can to prevent the decay of their friendship. Marnie, I don't have to talk to anymore. Shane and Jazz are already gone. Jody may or may not still be at her house. She may be on her way to Georgia Mart. Nope, she's here. Let's give her the cauliflower, which completes Jody's request and gives her enough friendship to be at 10 hearts. I don't have enough. I did not make back what I spent on the cauliflower, but at least that quest is done and everyone in that house is at 10 hearts. I don't have to worry about Jody, Sam, well, 10 or 8 hearts in Sam's case. Vincent, Jody, and Sam I do not have to worry about. I don't think I'll catch 5 sardines, but who knows, maybe if I get the river fish caught super fast, I'll go down and see if I can get some sardines. Those sardines are only in the river until 7 p.m., so it's highly unlikely that even if I finish the fishing in town, I would be able to do that. I will give some thought on the word plant a cherry sapling. Fruit trees do grow in the winter, so I don't need to be too worried about whether it will, sprout. It will grow. I just need to decide where on this forest farm I would want to put trees. So, prehistoric hand axe. I decided I wasn't going to do any geodes just yet. Amethyst, earth crystal, Ardidum Fusion quartz, topaz, that's all I need to do for now. I'm only to level 25 of the mines, but I feel like at this point I don't want to buy any more ore from Flint. It would allow me to now upgrade, potentially. Now I wouldn't be able to upgrade my pickaxe today anyway. The time it would take to get all the ore smelted would be too long. Lewis is congratulating me on winning the Grange display. Just between you and me, I think Pierre needed a bowl of humble pudding. Yes, if you do not win, Pierre will win. So if you hate Pierre like so many others do, make sure you win the Grange display. Put him in his place. So we'll come over here. I've got some things to donate. As you can see, I already did the fire quartz and the frozen tier here. There's the quartz and the earth crystal. I put them in that row. I do gems in kind of a rainbow, so topaz is yellow. This is kind of between indigo and violet. Kind of don't really have either. Prehistoric hand axe, I will put right there. And we donate enough things for a new reward. We got the skeleton and the Jade Hills painting. And then enough things for 2 rewards. Vincent is at 10, but I'll talk to Penny and Jazz to get some furniture for them. As you can see, Jody's at 10, so I have 5 people now at 10 hearts. Jazz is almost to 10. Gus is at 8. Billy's at 8. Lewis is almost to 8, as is Evelyn. I'm getting the friendships up there. So, now that I did all that donating to Gunther, I will head over to my usual fishing spot. I need 8 more river fish to complete that weekly quest and get another prize ticket and get my well-deserved reserve jars. Normally you need farming level 4 to be able to craft a reserve jar. The other things you can get from the prize ticket machine at that same spot. You can get kegs, which you need level 8 farming to craft normally. You can get mushroom logs, which I can make. They are foraging things. Or of course give you mushrooms. You can also get 1 dehydrator, which I believe you need to buy the crafting recipe from Pierre for 10,000 G. You also get 1 for free if you choose a mushroom cave instead of a fruit box. So I chose fruit box based on my phone taking a phone from me. I do not regret the choice. In fact, I'm going to check the fruit box cave before I end this day in the stream. I have it over 3 hours, so I feel like I've streamed an acceptable length of time. But no, I'm not going to cut this day short. I'm going to get everything I can out of it. I do not have to talk to Demetrius after fishing up the 20 fish, but the quest will be automatically completed when I catch the 20th. What I probably should have done is gotten the wild bait out for the chance of catching 2 at a time. Make things go a little bit quicker. If the biome balance quest comes up again and I take it, I will probably do that. If you have one where you need to catch 10 of the same type of fish, then you need to make sure that you have a bait maker crafted and put the first of those 10 fish you catch in there. Otherwise you're gonna be working very hard to catch 10 of the same type of fish in the week. what caused me to accidentally click there was my headset beeping at me. The battery is starting to run low. I charged it a little bit before I started streaming, but with the 4 hour scattering streams and 3 hours today, it does start to run a little bit low. Plug it in while this video is processing, so it's ready for tomorrow. I got a chewing stick, which I've already donated, and that was plenty of fish. 1500 G is my reward. It's 3:30, so I may actually be able to get 5 sardines if I go for it. But I don't really feel like it. I will take the other prize ticket and come into Lewis's house. As I said, I get the blue pinstripe bread regular size and the 4 preserved jars, where I will put crimson fish roe as I get it. The next reward looks like a pomegranate sapling. The intention is that you're doing more than one thing at a time and can complete help wanted quests much more quickly than I have, and you would get that pomegranate sapling seed before the end of summer, so you can plant it and get pomegranates in fall. It is already fall, so obviously I can't get any pomegranates without the fruit bat cave this year, or traveling card, I suppose. The book. The book after that pomegranate sapling is the thing I want the most. It is, I believe, called The Art of Friendship, or Friendship 101. I believe it's Friendship 101. It increases the friendship gains for everything. For talking to them, for gifting them, for completing their community board quests. Everything that gives you friendship, except for the luau and a particular bundle that gives you friendship. Every other method of gaining friendship increases with the Friendship 101 book. I am 2 prize tickets away from that. The one after that was bombs. It is not uncommon for people to wait to try and even bother getting people's friendship until they have that book, because it is just so valuable. Now, I already have a bunch of people at high hearts, and even ones that are at 10 hearts now, so they're won't degrade. But it's still nice to have. It would still be nice to have. I will give Gus the sweet pea. I will take an earth crystal to give to Ham. So the chewing stick. There's an item later that makes you be able to sell artifacts for more, but I'm far from that. The Jade Hills painting is wide. I have nowhere to put it right now, so I'll stick it in this chest for the time being. I will have the skeleton guard the foot of my bed. I will pick up this bed and replace it with a blue pinstripe bed, just because it feels better. It's a reward. I should use the reward. Eventually I might have a kind of fun use for my other bed, but we'll see if I want to get into that. I'll put the reserve jars in the road right there, and I will put some wooden pathing around them, just so that they don't accidentally get destroyed somehow by debris. Until I can craft my own, losing them to debris would be a horrible shame. I can destroy that bush, but it will also prevent debris, so I will leave the bush there. Okay, let's go. I'll take the purple properties too. I'm not going to use them for their buff, so I'll just give them to Shane. getting a little bit more friendship. I haven't seen his. Did I see his 400? Did I see his? Ah, what is Shane at? I know I saw his 2 heart event. That's when we were drinking by the uh, lake. I saw his 4 heart event, which is the one we were waking him up with the watering can. I thought I had seen his 6 heart event on stream because I remember it being depressing. But maybe I didn't. Maybe I was just thinking about what I would say on stream when I was seeing it on the Switch. Pierre's trying to play it cool, but he's seething about losing to you at the Stardew Valley Fair. Anyway, let's go to the saloon. Just wanted to make sure I get some friendship with Caroline today. So we got Pierre. Abigail's going through her rebellious phase. I get it. Working hard all week. Has a little relaxation on a Friday night. Salty fish all day. Kind of life if all you do is work. Here, have some pepper poppers. Oh wow, how'd you know this is my favorite? Because the things you send in the mail happen to be your favorite gifts. It's the same case with pizza. Wait, that's a wild man that lives around our house. I'm at 10 hearts with him. I spent a lot of time with him. Those gadgets of hers. Glad she said that again. If I give the cue ball to the top spin, I'm not very good. Should I spell same one for once? Nah. I wish the season lasted a little longer. When the wind really picks up, I almost feel like a kid again. I enjoy fall as well. Still winter. Good evening, Patrick. I'm glad to see you relaxed at the soon. It's going to be a big breakdown then. Grandfather always worked himself too hard. I'm not sure where he's on it today. Friday doesn't seem to notice you there. And Robin and Demetrius just started dancing. If you have a kitchen, you can cook all kinds of delicious meals, but not yet. Holy Gus, give me another pint of your strongest. Here, have an earth crystal. I got some friendship points, and immediately give money. Talk to Emily just cause. Spell that clean air is lovely, isn't it? Just feel that the Georgia cares in the world will take that away from us. This is really good. Here, have a soupy. Star 8. But I decided to give regular quality sweet peas this week, so I'm not surprised that it didn't go up a whole lot. With the exception of Shane, I've given 2 gifts to basically everyone. Tonight, someone loves eggplant parmesan. I think it's the mayor. I think Louis loves eggplant parmesan. My mom does not like eggplant parmesan, but she does like eggplants. Louis gives you the recipe, Jody loves it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one spaghetti today, so that I have it ready for Robin's birthday. Just in case I forget. Let's talk to Penny. I guess I've already talked to Penny today. I did not actually talk to Clint, because I didn't end up buying any ore or talk to him. I'm going to make 2 more smelters with my current amount of copper ore and stone, and then I'll start smelting the rest of my copper ore. So pull out coal and copper and pull out stone. Now that I have plenty, let's make 2 more smelters. Put the stone away. Let me actually math this out. I would need 5 each bar, so 10 for 50, 60, 70, 80. I'll put down the other smelters and start smelting some copper. I will check out the feedback tool while those start smelting. Takes 30 in-game minutes for a copper bar to smelt. I've got another peach in here. I've got a pomegranate. I've got all sorts of spice berries and blackberries and salmon berries. So getting another peach, if I wanted to give that as a gift now, I easily could. Getting a pomegranate, I can use that for the artisan bundle, or if I would prefer, I could use it for the enchanter's bundle. But I'm not going to get wood or wine for a while. I don't know if I will actually do that. Let's stash these for now. Let's look at the artisan bundle. I need truffle oil, cloth, goat cheese, honey, jelly, apple, apricot, orange, peach, pomegranate, cherry. 6 of those. I know I have apple, peach, and pomegranate. Thanks to the fruit bat cave. I do not have an apricot or cherry as of yet. I do not have an orange. Both apple and pomegranate. Apple and pomegranate can be used for different bundles. So I could avoid doing that, I would want to, but I don't have any of the other artisan goods. I can change that soon though. Once I get some iron, I'm going to make some recycling machines. And that could help me get cloth. But I believe for all the other ones, I would need the correct machines. I do have preserve jars now, so I can get jelly. So that would be 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, possibly 5. There is another way for me to get honey. If I had not in the desert, I can buy honey there. So I do see a path to completing the artisan bundle before I have to do animals. But I'm just thinking out loud right now. No need to rush any of that. So I'm getting additional copper bars today. I will be able to upgrade all of my remaining tools. Not necessarily with the copper I'm getting right now, but with the copper I will have coming up, plus what I have now. And at least one more topper for each type of tree. I would like to do that. In fact, why don't I go ahead and make those toppers right now, so I don't forget about it. And after I put more copper in the smelters, I'll add them to the trees. So I will wait to grab some sap for a few days because I like to gather it all at the same time. But I'll at least get the trees tapped. So I don't have to think about it quite as much. 3 more. Even with using those 6, I'm ending up with quite a bit more than I started with. I will have 13 copper bars, and I only have the watering can and hoe left to upgrade to copper with Clint. So that will be enough to complete that much at least. So when I grab that copper bar, I will head to bed, and I'll be calling the stream there. If you showed up live, thank you for coming. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you all the same. If you are watching the archive on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I have discovered that my usual sign off at the end of the stream is actually used by someone else. So I'm going to try something different from now on because I don't want to steal someone else's sign off. So instead, I will say that I hope the progression of your day has been favorable to you, and I will see you in the next stream. Level 3 mining gives you miner's treat.